Hello Scorpio, and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for May the 16th through to the 30th. We have the beautiful Stella is here, and we also have Star who's on the other window still. He may make an appearance for you, Scorpio. We'll see. So this is a fortnightly reading, as I mentioned, for 16th of May through to the 31st, moving from Taurus season, which is your opposite sign, through to Gemini air sign. So we'll see how that transition and those energies go for you. There's also a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius that is coming in, which is going to be interesting. Now, Scorpio, I am on a bit of a time keeping mission this week because I'm going away. So I'm trying to keep the readings to around the 20-minute mark. And also the extendeds will be a little bit shorter as well. So they will be at a special reduced price of 30% off. So if you haven't checked them out, now is a great time to go check them out. And I just need to kind of either keep them all to a limit, which I should just do anyway, or to the time limit, or just not have the time to do it. So we have 7 of Cups, Moon, Scorpio comes out. So straight away you're here, straight off the bat. The birds are being really, really loud. And so the cats are like, oh, what does that sound out there? So lots of options coming in with that Moon Scorpio energy. We also have the 8 of Swords, Mercury, Gemini. So there will be a lot happening. The Gemini energy is going to be really, really strong. Lots of information around getting yourself unstuck where you felt really limited. Some ideas, some solutions, some energy around that. And we also have Pentacle Queen, Capricorn Throne, which is fantastic. A lot to do with money and health as well. So lots of options and new ideas and new ways of doing things coming up around that. So lots of choices. So this can be, a lot going on mentally, but it comes down to really what's good for you. It comes down to this essential question of what's good for you, and also what's good for your heart. Like, what do you really want to be doing deep down in your heart? And the Capricorn Throne is a real caring energy. It's around connecting back into your body. So that's why it's a great time to be looking at health and connecting back in on that at that level. Now we have the Hermit card coming in. I'm just going to keep shuffling here, Scorpio. See what the cats do. I'll put the cards up on the screen for you so that they're not too disruptive. Stella's pretty good, but Star will come in like the Tower energy and just boof everything out of the way. I call him boof. So let's see. We have the Hermit crossed by the Strength card. Okay, so the Magician crowning you, the 10 of Pentacles at the base. So a lot to do with stability and money, even legacy, long-term wealth is coming in, themes around that. Get more information, the Page of Swords, 8 of Wands, my gosh, a lot of information, a lot of communication, a lot happening on that kind of front coming through for you, Scorpio. I feel like it's like right now's the time to tackle something that's been an issue. So it could be an issue to do with money or an issue to do with emotional stability or health, as we mentioned, and even home as well could be coming in with that moon right above you. Lots of choices to do with sense of self or home. Judgment, this is you. So you're really ready to clear a lot of stuff out. The world. What am I talking about? The Knight of Wands coming in, and let's see if we can get a bit of what's the outcome. Oh, the Knight of Swords. Yes, a lot of energy coming through. And at the base, the 5 of Pentacles. So this is a fantastic time to make some changes around where things have been lacking in your life, especially to do with your value. What is it that you really care about? What is it that you really value? Where have you felt undervalued? Where do you no longer value something in your life? It comes down to an essential core belief of self-worth, but I feel like there's a pretty healthy reworking of that, or just a healthy culling of things that are no longer I feel like you've got a pretty solid base with it, and so you're kind of culling stuff that's not working. So there's quite a lot of flux in terms of, like I said, ideas, communication, all that sort of stuff happening, all that Gemini energy, the energy of air. So this might be something that you've kind of been going deep with. It might have been something that's been going on for a while. There's been cycles around this. It might be a regular thing that comes up all the time. And it could be around, like I said, the home, deep down feel, or where you feel safe emotionally as well. So all those sort of themes are coming out around this. And we have the Hermit card crossed by the Strength card. And it's kind of like this might have been something that you've been knowing, it's been bothering you for a while. And now it's like, I need to be doing something about this. And the Hermit card is very much going deep within and trying to find those answers deep within. And it's kind of crossed by the Strength card, which is, do I have the power to do this? Do I have the strength? Do I have the resilience? Can I take this matter into my own hands? Can I really do this? So there's a bit of a question mark over that, bit of fear and doubt that comes in around that. So this could have been, do I have the strength to do this really? And the Hermit card is also, it's also around the fact that you could have been feeling there's an aspect of you that could have felt quite, it might be feeling like you're doing this on your own. It might be something you either feel like you have to do on your own, or you felt like there's been a lack of support around as well. So it could have been feeling isolated as well. The Hermit energy can be loneliness, isolation, all of those sort of things coming in. And I just feel like you're kind of going quite deep, but in a way that it's going to feel comfortable for you, the fact that you are crowned by the Scorpio energy, by your own energy. So it's quite psychological as well. You could be going into some areas that you're happy to go in and look at, but you don't necessarily want other people to do that, So it's like an area where you're going, I see where I've been limited, or I might have had some sort of limited idea or belief about something related to health or long-term wealth or stability, home, family, that kind of thing. And I'm willing to kind of go in deep, but I don't necessarily need to share this with everybody, is kind of the energy coming through. So you're crowned by the Magician. And this is very much, this is in your conscious mind. This is like, I need to do something about this now. I've got everything that I need. I've got all the resources I need and everything that it's time to move forward with the Magician. And the Magician also does bring with it a confidence, or the need for confidence. This is in your conscious mind to step into this. So it might have been a confidence issue in terms of making this change. And that's where you've had held a long-term belief system about your ability to do something. And this limited belief that's coming in is being deconstructed. And it could have been something like that someone else has you've been brought up with this belief, or it's someone else's viewpoint that you've taken on, or something like that. You're ultimately deconstructing it for something much better for you, that works better for you, that builds a better foundation for you. So this Magician energy is, okay, let's get started. How are we going to do this? How is this going to work? And so wanting to feel like things are possible is what's coming. Now, the only thing I would say with this 7 of Cups and the 8 of Swords energy and all this air energy that is around is it can be a lot of things churning around and around and around and around and around. Ideas, feelings, options, choices, and you really want it to land. That's the thing. And I see it landing. You can go round and round like that forever and it's like brainstorming, but unless you actually come up with that idea of how to move forward, it's kind of like a pointless process. So, but I'm feeling, because we've got this Pentacle Queen and the 10 of Pentacles here, this is really grounding. Something's really grounding down into a possibility or a reality or a deeper understanding of something. Seeing something in a new light is coming through. So we have in the recent past, I haven't talked about the 10 of Pentacles, sorry. At the base, the root of the issue, the The deep down energy that's coming through is the 10 of Pentacles, and that is all about long-term wealth or just wealth in general, your attitude towards money and wealth, the messaging that's been taught to you and you say to yourself as well. It can be, like you said, from family. I'll just hold this over here. We can see it can be around stability around the home. It can be around family. It can be this sense of just wanting to have it all and feeling good and feeling solid and stable. So this can also be like bringing a legacy through, feeling like you want to bring something through that's bigger than you. That can also be this energy, but I'm actually feeling it's more grounded, that it's feeling very grounded where you are. So I'm kind of keep getting that word grounding something down. So it's like feeling really comfortable in your body or feeling really comfortable in where you're at in your stage of life, where you're at or where you're living or where you're at in your home, like feeling like you've got a really solid base or where your money's at. And if they're not feeling like that, then it's being totally reworked. And so that's why in the recent past we have this Page of Swords, which is getting more information, learning more. Some news or information has come to you, or a new skill. I just feel like there's been some information that has come to you, that has landed, that has kind of set off these events. It's kind of like something has gone in, an idea perhaps, or just someone communicating something to you, and it's like, I need to know more about this. I need to understand this. I need to kind of really get to the bottom of this, of why this is happening. This is like a recurring theme in my life, perhaps, that has been negative. And so it's really like this could be going to see somebody, a practitioner, and getting some more information, or it could have been you being given that information already. So it's just, it could be reading something online and going, oh, that might be a different approach that I haven't tried before. So it's kind of just that with the Page of Swords. You're learning all these new skills, getting more information. So that's kind of been good, because all of this is around expanding your information so you can find a solution to a concrete problem or something concrete in your life. So the Eight of Wands is coming in the near future, and that's why communication's coming in very directly and strong, very clear, direct communication coming through for you. So whether this is a conversation you're having with somebody, this is you speaking very clearly and directly, what is it that you want? Or it could be someone giving you very clear instructions or advice or news or communication. It just comes in like boom. So if you're open and waiting for this with this Page of Swords, might be you feel the need for that. You may not have received that yet. Well, it comes in really strong. Whatever it is that you need to hear, you will be hearing it, and it could potentially precipitate some very quick and swift changes coming through here. And I am seeing that. So the pace picks up. Things start happening quite fast, and I do feel like once we hit, it's interesting, we've got the earth and the air, and they're kind of working quite well together, because I think that, you know, whatever you've been working in Taurus season about what you're grounding into, what really matters to you, what is of value to you, and also around issues around self-worth, what's happening with the Gemini energy that's coming in, suddenly it's like whoosh, this energy of like all this information and ideas are coming through and saying, okay, let's look at that. Now let's look at some new ways that you can be doing that, and let's like embellish that and bring in new ideas, and let's shake that up in your mind as to what is possible and how we can be doing that. So it's really, really positive, and I think you're ready for it because you're presenting as the Judgment, which is all these things are coming up. You're ready for a big clear out, a cleanse. This can be like a karmic cleanse. So this might be like you might want to go on a detox, or you might feel like cleaning your house, or just feeling like culling some friends on social media or something like that. It is things from the past might be coming back, and it's a sense of now's the time to release and let a lot of that go. It can also be around judgments. It can be around the idea that fixed judgments that you've held in your mind about something that has been limited, that you're ready to let go of as well. So it just is this sense that it's time now, and you're like, I'm ready to do this. So that's really positive. I can hear Star in the background. And that's why it's interesting in the energy surrounding you saying something has completed, a cycle has completed. And that's what we were getting, the cycles with the moon. This might have been something that cycled around your life as a negative cycle and just would sometimes come in and sometimes come out. And it's like, oh, it's back again. It's kind of constantly maybe there like a dull ache in the background, and that you kind of maybe have been living with for a long time. That's why it could have been like some sort of ancestral story that's being passed down from family. But it's time to be finished. It's finished now. It's time to end the cycle. There's an opportunity now to really look at this, see it from a whole new perspective and end it and be liberated. So there's an aspect of you that can be liberated from this. There's an opportunity for that, and it's fantastic coming through with that World card. So that's why hopes and fears, we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, really, really wanting to take some big strides, feeling really impassioned, wanting to make some real positive changes, taking action and feeling really good. It's something that you really, really want to be doing. So that's really, really positive coming through. And I do see that energy here. And that's important to come back to really... Sorry, that's my timer. Just keeping time to really, what is it you really want in terms of making these changes? And then this is the Knight of Swords comes through, if I can get it in here with Stelly. The Knight of Swords comes through, and it really is about just taking action, making those changes. They come in quite quick and fast. You can see this is the fastest moving energy of the deck, the Knight of Swords. I'll just hold it up next to them. Both of them are making positive strides forward, but look at the difference in the pace between the two. So it's like, yes, you might be wanting to check into this is something you really want to make these positive strides forward, but the Knight of Swords is like, okay, hold on to your prairie rugs because this is happening and this is happening fast. So some very quick, fast changes. Chop, chop, chop. Let's release some stuff. It can happen quite quickly. If you're holding on to stuff, it's ready to go because the cycle's finished. And I think you're going to feel a lot clearer and better at the end of it. And that's why the Five of Pentacles is coming in as like an overall energy, because it's saying this is what you're letting go of and this is what you're cutting out. And these are all the energies around lack, not having enough, not feeling valued, or things you don't value, things that are not worth it for you anymore in life, feelings of rejection that may have occurred in the past, moments where you just felt really lost, where you didn't feel like there was any kind of home base, or where you felt like lost within yourself even, or where you felt like even homelessness for some of you, just felt like there wasn't somewhere that felt like home. So, and it can be not being paid enough, not having enough money. It can also be leaving an old form of an income or an old way of dealing with money. So it's all of those things that are coming through that's really positive, because you're moving into, and it can be a victim consciousness as well. And it's moving into this empowered energy of really looking after yourself and really keeping something that may have been, the Pentacle Queen really nurtures something. She doesn't let that Five of Pentacles happen anymore. So she's going to come in and go, look, I'm going to look after my health. I'm going to look after my self-worth. I'm going to look after all my material world, my home, my possessions, my money. She's going, like, I'm looking after that and I'm not losing any of that again. And that with the Ten of Pentacles is fantastic. So the affirmation cards, it says, I am at peace. Divine peace and harmony surrounds me and dwell in me. Divine peace and harmony surround me and dwell in me, sorry. I feel tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. And that, I think, might be connected to this judgment energy, as well as coming towards this deeper compassionate state of understanding that there are everyone's kind of suffering and we're all suffering, and having love and compassion for ourselves. So I balance my masculine and feminine sides. Interesting. The masculine and feminine parts of me are in perfect balance and harmony. I am at peace and all is well. And you've got that word twice, I am at peace. So it's kind of interesting, because I feel like it's like this deep inner resolve that comes through to do something. And that is that when you get to that, it is peaceful. And also I feel like you're going to be feeling a lot more peace after doing this. It's taking a lot of action and making a very swift change. But the masculine, in terms of the feminine and masculine sides, I feel like the feminine is what's coming in really strong, stepping into the caring, the mystery, deep connection with self and body. So, and that is really balancing like the Pentacle Queen and the Ten of Pentacles with what you're doing in your life, you know, so it can be related to health, work, being exhausted, work-life balance, all of those things as well coming through and balancing. So that's really fantastic energy. And there is this deep inner wisdom that comes through with the Hermit, this deep inner knowing and knowledge that comes through that you will at some point feel ready to share that once this lands and the dust settles, but it's all kind of like all up in the air at the moment, and now it's ready to settle right in. So interestingly, you have the skull and crossbones. Did you get this one? Someone got this last time. I don't know if it was you. And it really is, whenever this comes in, it's kind of like, for me, it's like, don't go. It's always like a warning. It's like, it always reminds me of like those Scooby-Doo when there's like they want to go down a certain path and there's the crossroads and they're like, no, the skull and crossbones going, no, no, no. Something has not been good for you. It's been kind of almost poisonous. It's almost dangerous to continue going down a path. And so you're going to be getting some very clear warnings and messages coming through around what's right for you and what's not, and to really listen to that with that energy, because I'm kind of getting with that in particular that there's some things that have not been good for your body. Like I'm just getting poisonous. There's been some poisonous energy around. So that can be like toxic energy, and it's like, don't go there anymore. Just cut that out. Don't go down that path anymore. It's a very clear no to something. Very, very clear no. And that may have been the path, that cycle that you were kind of going down and coming back out and going down and going, oh, why am I doing this? Why am I always in this pattern? And it's going, no, not doing that anymore. So that's what I'm getting for you, Scorpio. And I think it's going to be such a positive shift and change coming through. And you're going to really open your mind to this new perspective. And it's like things are going to start feeling good. So the balance is coming through, which is fantastic. So that's it, Scorpio. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. The link will be in the description box below for that. And what I'm going to do is just go in the extended reading, just go straight to what's coming in with this direct communication and swift changes in the near future and the future beyond with the outcome, and see what else is coming in with that, because it just feels like there's this flux, and see what, if anything, lands after that, what if we get anything coming through for that. So we go straight to what's coming in, what else is coming in for the future. And then we're going to pull some cards for career, money, love and relationships, and zone in specifically on that. And so, as I mentioned, I'm going to try and keep that to the 20-minute mark as well. And so it's going to be at a special price this fortnight, which is 30% off. So it's a great opportunity to go and check that out. And the link, I'd love it if you come over, because it's always really interesting. So the link will be in the description box below, and I usually pin it to the comments as well. So, but if you enjoyed this reading, Scorpio, and you'd like to support the growth of the channel and let YouTube know that you appreciate and this content and this channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment or share. And I love reading your comments as well. So take care, Scorpio, and see you next time.